when you go through a spiritual awakening, Kundalini awakening, the one thing that is common to most is because you have now become highly sensitive, because you're more in tune with subtle aspects of life and living and energy, you now also become more prone to becoming highly stressed out by toxins in the environment, by things that you can't even see, even pathogens, and even the energy of other people. Now, because you're all the more sensitive, you're going to start to feel all of these things. Because you're going to start to feel all of these things, if you don't already have mechanisms inside of you in place for dealing with this thing so that you don't absorb it, and then when you do absorb this kind of stress, you start to become chronically stressed and you start to become exhausted, you start to burn out, you start to experience a spiritual awakening burnout. Now, the difference between having a spiritual awakening burnout and having a burnout with the normal day-to-day stresses and stresses that we experience all of the time, but we are not highly sensitive, we are not spiritually awakened. Now, when we are not spiritually awakened, you'll be going through life and the nuances of life on an automatic mode. So when you're stressed out and you're feeling tired or you're feeling hungry, you'll reach out to substances, you'll reach out to foods, you'll reach out to people, you'll reach out to anything to give you a coping mechanism, to give you a strategy with which to be able to cope with that. Now, when you're spiritually awakened, you will understand, you will know that you're going through a particular stress, you're going through a particular bombardment of energies that you're able to feel, and you'll know exactly what to do. You will know whether these are energies coming from outside of you, other people, and you will also know whether it is something that is coming from within you, it is a spiritual awakening stress that you are experiencing right now. And if you're experiencing it, you will know of the coping strategies that you'll need. You may, for example, feel that now is time for you to spend on your own. You might want to shut down all sensory input so that you can be in a dark room, you can go somewhere where you're not being bombarded, where your senses now need some respite. Meditate. Anything it takes for you to simply turn the senses inward. That will give you that sensory shutdown that you need for a while to allow for whatever stresses that you've been going through. Now, if you're not spiritually awake or you're not attuned to all of this and you're not aware of how it is that you operate, then you're running on this rat race. You're running from one thing to the other. You're escaping life. You're going from one party to another, or you might even be going from one workshop to another. You're constantly on the move. But it's only when you sit and you actually start to experience and you realize, wow, I have been bombarded with this level of stress, and it's paramount. That's why we say it's paramount that you meditate. It's paramount that you actually go to the root of why it is that you're feeling what you're feeling, so that you're not living your life constantly burnt out or constantly exhausted. Get to the root of this. Take time in if you need for yourself. But remember, folks, if you're not able to show up for yourself, nobody is going to come and pick you by the hand and lead you onto wherever it is that you're wanting to go. The moment is right now. That moment is here. Seize that moment. Take that time that you need to be on your own. Take that time that you need for you to allow energies. So a spiritual awakening stress is exactly that. You're bombarded with these sort of energies and you're becoming so sensitive. Now, what we want is for you to continue to be highly sensitive, for you to continue to live life at 200%, but not to be drawn out by this. So you're not going to feel drained by it, but instead you want to be energized. So you're not like a sieve through which everything is being absorbed. So whilst all of this is there, you have this, you don't absorb, or rather you don't make it yours, anything that is going to drain you. So you're able to pick and choose into these energies. And when you're not picking and choosing and you're simply experiencing all of this, then we want to make sure that you have enough filters in place to allow for those things not to be assimilated by us into our system. And then going a stage further is to make your system a fantastic filter that even if something goes in, you are able to transmute it, folks. And that's the wonderful thing, that when you're living 200% is for you to find ways of assimilating all of this without making it yours, engaging in life without making certain parts of it drain you, or certain parts of you dictate where your energy is going. So when you spend your energy, you spend it, but you rebuild it. You spend it in a way that what you get back is like a returns on your investment in energy. As always, sending you so much love, and make you your priority.